Elegant sword duels, heroic single combats, glorious warriors always fighting honorably and cleanly. Hollywood has turned Viking warfare into a romantic fantasy that bears no resemblance to how Vikings actually fought. Real Viking combat was brutal, relentless, and mass slaughter. Group discipline and endurance won battles, not individual skill. Once you understand how Vikings truly fought, every film scene becomes ridiculous fiction. Stand in the shield wall, your shield pressed against your neighbor's shield, and the enemy line formed the same way 30 meters away. To your left, to your right, hundreds of men, all holding their breath, waiting. You'd feel this moment. Your shield hand starts trembling. Your legs tense because you know that in 1 minute, 200 kilograms of human mass will charge at you. Hollywood never shows the logic of the shield wall. This isn't elegant dueling. This is human bodies crashing into each other. Two walls walking toward each other, gaining speed, then colliding. You'd hear the impact first. Wood hitting wood, timber splintering, metal scraping, men screaming. Then you'd feel it. The weight of the man behind you pushing you forward. Your shield slamming into enemy shields. Your arm absorbing the shock. Your knees must lock or you'll fall. Now the push begins. Both sides pushing. You're pushing. The man behind you is pushing. The enemy is pushing. Nobody can move, but everyone's using force. Spears probing between shields. Blind attacks. You can't see where they're landing. You just feel the resistance. Wood, flesh, bone, endurance enters here. Can you hold this position? Your legs burn. Your lungs burn. Your shield arm cramps. After 5 minutes, some men start shaking. After 10 minutes, the line weakens. After 15 minutes, someone's line breaks. When the line breaks, everything changes. Panic, runners. The pursuing side spearing them in the back. The side that breaks first dies. Vikings knew this. That's why they'd train for days before battle. Maintaining shield wall formation, standing beside your neighbor, pushing even when exhausted. Because when the line breaks, individual skill means nothing. Only your running speed matters. The shield wall was the reality of Viking warfare. And films never show it because it's visually boring. Just pushing, crushing, exhaustion, and finally someone collapses. Vikings carried shields because they had no other option. You can't stand in a shield wall without a shield. This was your armor, your weapon, your chance of survival. The Viking shield was simple, 80 to 90 centimeters in diameter, made of wood, with an iron or bronze boss in the center, the metal dome protecting the handle for your hand. Covered in thick leather or linen, it needed to be light and maneuverable. Weight between 5 to 7 kilograms. Think about holding this shield for hours, left arm constantly tense. At first, you can grip it firmly. After half an hour, your hand cramps. After an hour, you're holding the shield with just your elbow muscles. After 2 hours, the shield starts drooping, and if someone notices that opening, you die. Shield use looked simple, but required physical endurance. In the shield wall, you don't just hold it in front. You shift it left-right to protect your neighbor. You push against enemy shields. You block spears. Every movement takes energy. Every defense tires your arm. Shields broke, constantly. An axe blow could split the wood. When a spear stuck in your shield, you couldn't pull it out because the tip would catch. Either you drop the shield or break the spear. Either way, your defense weakens. Experienced warriors use the shield not just for defense, but for attack. You'd strike faces with the boss. You'd hit necks with the edge. You'd push the shield down to unbalance your opponent. The shield had to be an active weapon, not passive defense. In the shield wall, you hold the shield and fight with the spear, because the spear solved every problem. Reach, control, and killing power. The standard Viking spear was a 20 to 30 centimeter iron point on a 2 to 2.5 meter wooden shaft. Simple, effective, cheap. Every warrior carried one. Some carried several because spears could be thrown. In the shield wall, the spear was the only logical weapon. You could reach from behind the shields and thrust at the enemy. The enemy stays at distance. You're safe while he's at risk. The basic technique looked simple, but took years to master. You extend the spear over or beside your shield. Quick thrusting motion. You target the enemy's face, neck, shoulder. You pull back. You thrust again. You create constant threat. If the enemy blocks your spear, you pull back and try from a different angle. From above, from below, from the side. You keep the enemy reactive. Before he has time to think, you start the next attack. In battles where both sides used shield walls, spear duels would last for minutes. Both sides thrusting, blocking, tiring. Wounds accumulate. A hole in an arm, a cut on a face. Blood flowing but nobody falling yet. Then someone makes a mistake, shifts his shield too far left, plants his foot wrong, loses balance. That moment creates an opening, and the other side drives the spear in. Spear combat was endurance combat. The side that made the first mistake lost. When battle turned to close quarters, the spear became too long. Then you draw your axe, because the axe was the true signature of the Viking warrior. Film axes looked designed for show, giant double-headed monster axes. The real Viking axe was much smaller and more practical. Single-bladed head, 30 to 40 centimeter handle, total weight 1 to 1.5 kilograms. You could swing this one-handed, even while holding your shield. You'd watch how this axe was used and realize everything in films was wrong. Vikings didn't make big sweeping motions, small quick strikes, wrist movements, cut, pull back, cut again. The target was the shield edge. You'd hook your axe over the enemy's shield, pull down, push the shield aside, an opening forms. Immediate second strike to the arm, shoulder, neck, or you'd attack over the shield. Fast downward strike targeting head or shoulder. If the enemy blocks, the axe weight pushes him down. You pull the axe head and make an upward strike. You constantly change angles. The axe remained effective even in exhaustion. A sword gets heavy when you're tired. An axe always weighs the same. Movement comes from muscle memory. After 20 minutes, even with your arms burning, you can still make an axe strike. You'd hear good axe users. Rhythmic cutting sound. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Every strike controlled. No wasted energy, just efficiency and killing intent. Great warriors, wealthy jarls, those who collected Danegeld, they carried swords. But carrying a sword was a status symbol, not tactical superiority. These swords were incredibly expensive and passed down through generations, but expensive didn't mean effective. In the shield wall, a sword wasn't strategic, too short reach. A spear or axe made more sense. When would you use a sword? After the shield wall broke. In close chaotic fighting, in tight spaces, on a ship's deck, indoors. The sword was valuable when versatility mattered. Cutting technique looked crude. Viking swords weren't precision rapiers. These were heavy choppers. You make full arm swings, trying to cut through bone, muscle, skin, everything. One strike isn't enough. 2 strikes, 3 strikes, 4 strikes. You keep striking until the target stops. Some warriors use 2 weapons, sword in one hand, axe or short sword in the other. These were exceptions. Most warriors preferred one shield, one weapon, because without a shield you die within minutes. Sword obsession is modern. Not from Vikings. Vikings used whatever worked, and most of the time that was an axe or spear. You'd fall in battle. The enemy would come at you. You'd feel this moment, the panic, the helplessness. You try to stand but someone's kicking you. You've lost your shield. Your weapon is trapped under your arm. Then you'd draw your seax. You'd grab the enemy's leg, pull yourself to him, and drive the seax into his belly and pull upward. The seax was the Vikings' true survival knife. Single-edged blade between 15 to 50 centimeters. Everyone carried one, from the poorest to the wealthy prince. Because the seax was a universal tool and last resort weapon. In daily life, you'd cut food, cut rope, carve wood. In battle, you'd kill. The technique was simple: grab and stab. Close distance, push the blade forward, twist inward, pull up, again, until the enemy stops. You'd hear seax use. No armor to muffle it, flesh being cut, bone scraping, breath cutting off. Fast and relentless and not honorable at all. After battle, you'd walk the battlefield. Wounded enemies lying there, some begging for help, some just staring. You'd stand over each one and the seax would come down. This is called finishing the wounded, and it was part of every battle. What was forbidden in knight tournaments? Standard procedure in Viking warfare. The seax wasn't graceful. But every Viking owed their life to a seax at some point. And you knew that after the battle ended, the seax work began. Film Vikings are always charging, shouting, never tiring. In real combat, you'd stand, wait in the shield wall, and keep pushing until you were gasping for breath. The first shield wall collision might last 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. But after those 5 minutes, some men are already finished. Can't breathe, arms shaking, knees buckling. Now the endurance game begins. Both sides pull back, catch their breath, drag their dead, fix their shields. Maybe 2 minutes break, then again. Second collision is shorter, 3 minutes. Third is 2 minutes. By the fourth, some men can't even stand. Full shield wall combat? Maybe 20 to 30 minutes total fighting time spread over several hours. Films don't understand this. Characters clash swords for hours. In reality, after 30 minutes of intense shield wall combat, you're just trying to stay on your feet. Exhaustion would kill you, not the enemy. Your own body. Muscles betray you. Reflexes slow. You can't raise your shield. Then a spear comes and you can't block because your arms don't respond. Experienced warriors knew this. They'd conserve energy. Make no unnecessary movements. Stand calm in the shield wall. Move economically when attacking. Because they knew the battle might still be going 2 hours later, and then whoever is less tired wins. Hollywood wants drama. Viking warfare was an endurance test, and the last side standing won. Your modern psychology wouldn't prepare you for the reality. You think you understand violence from films and games, but the first time you experienced the shock of shield wall collision, heard your own breathing behind your shield, felt your arms start burning after 10 minutes, your understanding would shatter. The truth about Viking warfare is uncomfortable. Endurance won. Discipline won. The side that held the shield wall longest won. The weapons weren't elegant. The techniques weren't glorious. The victories weren't magnificent. Viking warfare was exhausting, muddy, bloody, and ended quickly because human bodies had limits that Hollywood refuses to acknowledge. Vikings didn't fight like films show. They fought like tired men, shoulder to shoulder in the shield wall, trying not to die, using whatever worked and whoever could breathe longest won in a brutal reality.